If this doesn't confirm my autism diagnosis, I don't know what does. Look at this thing, it's so beautiful and underpowered. Now I do have a personal attachment to this device, as this was how I discovered, jailbreak tweaks and stuff back in the day, but it's pretty slow and crashes a lot. This is much faster, manlier, and, well, serves the same purpose. It's just 1,000 times better at it. I've got classics like Fart Piano. It's great. A ton of really cool tweaks, including one that actually adds modern emojis to really old versions of iOS. And there's themes like Obama versus Osama HD. There's no actual wallpaper, so, there's this though. So that's kind of interesting. Legacy Jailbreak community has brought so much stuff to this. Certificates that allow things to still work. There's patches for the App Store. There's a totally not TOS breaking Discord client. There's YouTube. There's Jellyfin, which doesn't work. There's even an alternative app store. This one's a pretty bog standard white iPhone 5. It's got iOS 8 because you can just downgrade like that. Something I find really cool is that this is the very first iteration of Apple Music, and it still works. This one's a personal favorite because this is a phone I used to really want as a kid. This is an iPhone 6S. It's got iOS 10 on it. iOS 10 is pretty old now, and that makes me feel old. I don't like feeling old, but I do like 3D touch. That is cool. And while the jailbreak isn't untethered, it sure is easy. There's a hair on my screen. Jailbreak on here is kind of interesting. You do get this pretty cool dark mode theme, although it is kind of broken. Apple Music is a perfect example of that. And if you look at the lyrics, yeah, they are not very readable. Apps have also dropped support pretty hard. YouTube doesn't work anymore. Instagram doesn't work anymore. TikTok works, but it's really slow. And of course you can play games on here, like such classics as D's Nuts the Game. I wish I was joking. I'm not playing this. So yeah, I kind of fulfilled a childhood dream with this one, and I got iOS 10 out of it, which is kind of nostalgic for me just because I remember upgrading to and using this on my iPod Touch. We also have here this iPad Mini 3 that I was given about a week ago by a friend. It is barely usable in app support. It's definitely better than iOS 10, but that really isn't saying much because it'll only be a matter of time before these apps do go out of support. But for now, most of the old versions you can download do still work. YouTube doesn't work because they love to cut off support for that though. It's kind of slow, but you can use it to read books if you so choose. These are like the few books I do own on my Apple account because I had to read these in like 3rd grade or something for an assignment. Look, we're learning today. This case is also falling apart. This doesn't stay on no matter how I try and get it on there, and this is tearing. I'm just gonna... And boy, I do not miss this. I don't miss how this would split apart, how this would turn an off-white color, how the whole cables would fall apart, how there'd be sparks that would kind of char the end of the connector. Just get that garbage out of here. So yeah, old iOS devices. Kind of nostalgic, kind of miserable, but for some reason they do make me happy. Ew, what's that? Oh my god, I never caught those mysterious stains on this iPad until I started filming this. What the fuck? One honorable mention is this iPod Touch 6, which I absolutely abused to hell and back. Like, whoa. Man, that's one fantastic home button. That's how cooked the battery is. It just went from 0 to 41. Yeah, this thing's toast. And for your entertainment, a pea yellow iPhone 5 case. I felt so much, like, stress doing that. Like, I thought this was gonna, like, explode. But no, it just... Any chance you can help me afford a tripod?